I have made a proposal to the Iranian government that they sue the United States, Britain, and Israel at the International Court of Justice in The Hague over this entire nuclear reprocessing dispute, and demand an emergency hearing by the court, and to get the international equivalent of a temporary restraining order against the United States, Britain, and Israel to prevent a military attack, a blockade, which is part of a congressional resolution now being considered by the United States Congress, and any other measures of economic, political, diplomatic coercion against Iran by these three states or by the United Nations Security Council. There is a realistic possibility that the Bush administration and Israel will attack Iran between now and January 20th, 2009, when Bush leaves office. And the purpose of these lawsuits would be to disrupt that momentum. If you look at the momentum now, it's very similar to the strategy taken by the Bush administration in the summer of 2002 in their run-up to the war against Iraq. And somehow this confrontation, this strategy, needs to be disrupted and displaced, deflected into the International Court of Justice and out of military conflict and confrontation. I think we still have time to act here. I don't know how much time, but we do have some time. Based on prior experience, Secretary of State Rice has just said that you don't do anything in August because everyone's on vacation. So probably this crisis will escalate in September. They will probably also feed it into supporting Senator McCain in his re-election, and then perhaps attack after the November elections. At least my assessment, that seems to be the schedule. I think we all know that war between the United States and Israel, Britain on the one hand and Iran on the other, could be catastrophic. A British think tank has already estimated that a U.S. aerial attack on all Iranian nuclear sites could kill up to 2.8 million Iranians. This entire region of the world would blow up. We'd have massive warfare. Israel could also, as part of this, attack Hamas on the West Bank, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Syria as well. So the consequences here would be cataclysmic. And so it's for that reason I've made this proposal. It is under consideration now by the Iranian government. I don't know what they're going to do. As of today, a week ago, the United States government gave Iran a 2-week ultimatum to respond to basically their diktat on how this nuclear reprocessing matter should be handled. There is a precedent here. Back in early 1992, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Bush Senior administration started to blame Libya for the Lockerbie bombing that happened back in December of 1988, after spending years blaming other sources. Very political decision made there. And President Bush Sr. then sent the 6th Fleet on hostile military maneuvers off the coast of Libya, and actually had U.S. jet fighters penetrating into Libyan airspace in order to provoke the Libyans to a clash and a confrontation. At that time, we filed papers with the International Court of Justice in The Hague on behalf of Libya against the United States and the United Kingdom. We demanded an emergency hearing of the World Court and a temporary restraining order against the United States and the United Kingdom prohibiting the threat and use of force. What happened in this case is that after we filed the papers and the court made it clear we were going to get our hearing, President Bush Sr. ordered the Sixth Fleet to stand down. They ended their hostile military maneuvers off the coast of Libya. The matter was submitted to the International Court of Justice. There were hearings, a lawsuit, a judgment, and eventually that World Court judgment led to a peaceful, negotiated solution of the Lockerbie dispute between the United States and Britain on one hand and Libya on the other. And today there is normal diplomatic relations between these three countries. And obviously there are differences, but there are now constructive relations. I think the same could be done here at the end of the day.